welcome back to Down the Track. In this episode, we'll be doing the player ratings for the Chennai Super Kings versus the Punjab Kings. It was a dominant performance by CSK. They're back on the points tally, back with a win. I have with me my co-host Abraziz. How are you doing, bro?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much. Very impressive performance, man. There by Chennai. Deepak Chahar with the ball, Moin Ali with the bat. Excellent performance.
Absolutely. I think they were they looked a professional side. This is a side that we've come to become used to from a CSK unit. And then the past season and the first game was below par for them. And I don't know what to make of Punjab, man. Honestly, I sometimes think that they're a great team, and sometimes then they have these kind of performances. Of course, it happens in cricket all the time, but it just happens way too many times with them. I just feel like so. It's hard to make a prediction about this team. It's like the team that will always keep you guessing, I guess, which is also fair in its own way.
Yeah, I think both teams are tailor-made for certain conditions, and this was CSK's conditions, to be honest with you. And Punjab, like that first game, you saw they were just a different level, and today was completely different. And I think it's just a lack of assessing the conditions and the way the team plays. They play a certain style, and today just didn't suit. And I think the opposition as well, the way they played, it made it life difficult for Punjab. But let's start off with Punjab's ratings. You can go for it. KL Rahul got run out. You can't run on Jaddu, man. I don't know what they were thinking there.
Man, of all the people, Jaddu, and that hesitation. I mean, if you're going to go for it, just go for it straight up. That 1 second of hesitation, not even 1 second, less than a second of hesitation, kind of gives it away. And man, Jaddu's a gun fielder. I mean, you can't really fight that. I thought he tried as hard as he could with the few runs that he had. As a captain, I'm starting to be more impressed with him. I think he's trying harder, which is good. I was a little bit concerned about his captaincy in the first half of last season. But I think he's learning quickly. I think he's doing well in that front. Of course, he has his backing of the management as well, so that helps. But I think overall, I'll give him a 5. Bad decision on trying to run for Jaddu, but I thought his captaincy was for the 107. I thought he pushed it along as far as he could possibly.
Yeah, and Agarwal, clean bowled, another duck. For a test batsman, I think Vinay was also mentioning in the other podcast that for a test batsman, he should be picking these lines, even though the ball was beautiful.
Yeah, it was a great one though. Like, you don't expect it because you're wearing the Reds of Punjab. You're expecting it to be a flat track bully where you scored 200 or plus runs in the last game. You're expecting it to be just come straight on. There was a hint of movement and he got deceived by it. I don't blame him completely, honestly. I think that it was a beauty, and you have to give the credit to the bowler on that front. Yes, he should be picking the lines. Everything is great. He is a opening batsman, but you don't expect that, and it comes in just second, third ball of the game, and you're looking for it to be straight down so that you can he didn't try to play it against the line or anything. He just got deceived by the swing of the ball. So it was perfect delivery. I'll give him a 4. I think he should do better, but not a lot he could do wrong. Not a lot he could do with that one, I think.
It was a great delivery, to be honest with you. And then Chris Gayle deceived by the slower delivery again. Beautiful thinking by Chahar and a really good catch by Jadeja.
Yeah, I think so. I think Jaddu was as usual. I mean, he had 1.54 seconds to react for that. That's unreal. I mean, like in 1.54 seconds to make that dive and then take that catch is just beautiful. But yeah, I think deceived by the slower ball. I think these kind of pitches don't suit Chris Gayle. He needs that time to get in, and when he gets in, he makes it count. I feel like that pressure is going to start getting to him with David Malan in the ranks as well. So if he doesn't play in the next 2 or 3 games, I think David Malan should be tried over there. As much as I love Chris Gayle, and I think he's a great batsman. He's a great T20 asset, but I think David Malan is number 1 T20 ranked player at the moment. So that makes a big difference. And if you have someone of that caliber, he should be given a string of games as well. So I'll give Chris Gayle a 5. But I think he needs to do a lot better because he's senior pro in this team.
Yep, I agree with that. So you're giving Gayle a 5, you said?
Yes, I'm going to change that. I thought 6, but I'm going to change it to 5.
Yeah, you're. What I noticed is that you're tough on the good performers and lenient on the weak performers. I'm the opposite. I'm like more strict on the weaker performers and lenient with the good performers. But Deepak Huda, not the Huda we saw in the first game. And unfortunate. Again, the track didn't suit him, and again deceived by that slower ball.
Yeah, I think once 1 or 2 wickets went like that, I think you have to learn from that. I mean, it's very rich of me to say that coming from a Sunrisers perspective, it's so poor. But I think if Sunrisers couldn't learn in a day, it's going to be hard for players to learn in an over or so. But I think that it's unfortunate because he's coming in at 4. That's an important position. He needs to do a little bit more. 4 and 10 for him.
4 and 10. And the guy who's disappointed me the most this season is Nicholas Puran. First game, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. He went for it, no problem. But this game, I expected much more from him, especially when the team was in a crisis. But again, he got out for duck, and that's short delivery. It was the first game as well, and now second game, he's out to the short delivery.
3 on 10, man. He was poor. I think he was the player that you expect, especially if a couple of quick wickets go. You expect that kind of player with the caliber and the talent that he has to really make the entry. To make that kind of solid impact. So very very poor from him. I expected a lot more from him, especially after the quick wickets, to just settle down and go in the back end, maybe to get that team to that 130, 140, which would have been a challenging score, I think, in the surface. So 3 on 10 for him.
Yeah, and I think Punjab's best player today, Shah Rukh Khan, he looked really good. And the thing is, he wasn't trying to tonk everything. Some smart cricket. He was working the single, giving trust to the tailender as well. Very good innings, I felt.
I thought it was amazing. I mean, the big money is not spent badly. I think he's a very good player, an exciting talent. I think a good finisher. I'm also told he bowls a bit. I'm surprised he hasn't been used yet. Yes. So I think he's a good all-round option for Punjab and also for India in the future. If he can continue to bat like this, he's a very good lower order batsman, kind of a finisher that the Indian team could do with, because there is a problem. Of course, he's probably a spinner, but an Indian team to kind of some challenge the likes of Krunal and Hardik and stuff like that. So a good performance, 8 on 10 for him. I thought he was very good. Yeah, no support, unfortunately.
Yeah, no support, and the circumstances which he batted in, that also goes to show that he has that talent and he has that maturity as well. And then Richardson, unfortunately, a very expensive price tag, but he hasn't performed yet. Like, decent economy today, but not picking up wickets, and I don't know if it's the variations or what, just not bowling that length. I think what's his name, Slater, said Richardson and Meredith are used to that Australian length, but they need to bowl this Indian length now.
Yeah, I think they were better. They both were better from last game. I think they've learned quickly, which is good to see. And I think the fact that Jai also gave you a few runs with the bat to make that score above 100, I mean, still it was very, very low, but I think that he gave you about 10-15 runs, if I'm not wrong. Yes. So, he's a handy batsman as well. So he's a good number 7 to have, gives that extra option to Punjab to play four bowlers behind him, which always helps. So I think he'll improve. I think the big price tag, is obviously a burden on him, but I think he'll improve. I think he's already looked better than the first game. And the first game, of course, he was trying hard lengths, and they were going out of the park. He's learned. He bowled a few variations. I'm going to be leaning. I'm giving him a 7. I think he was good overall, I think, today.
7 on 10, and he does actually more than Meredith. He actually bowls more variations. He got Butler with a beauty as well as slower delivery. So yeah, I agree with that. Some really good points there, Don. And then Murugan Ashwin.
I think he was poor. I'm surprised that Bishnoi is not being tried. I mean, I'm sure that.
Yeah, man, he was the best bowler last year.
Yeah, I have no idea why they're going with Ashwin. There must be some reasoning behind it. Whatever it is, I guess he's also gonna he's gonna know that Bishnoi is probably knocking on the door with these kind of performances. He's not gonna do himself any good. So he needs to pull his socks up really quickly. If he can't do that, I think that Bishnoi will probably make way. He'll probably make way for Bishnoi. 4 on 10 performance for me.
4 on 10 for Murugan Ashwin. And then Shami, he bowled really well. He got hit for a few boundaries here and there, but picked up a couple of wickets as well. Was on a hat trick, I think. Your thoughts on his performance?
Yeah, I think the hat-trick was more to do with Raidu's stupidity than anything else. I thought he just came in and was ball. I don't know what he was trying to do over there. But I think Shami was good. I think that the injury is not looking too bad on him. I think he's come out of it well. I think he's rested well and he's looking good. He's bowling good pace. He's bowling sharp. He's bowling tight. I thought he had another good game, 6.5 on 10. Not much he could do with the less runs, So, but I think a decent performance. I think. Yeah. Actually, I'll give him a 7 on 10. I think he was decent enough for 7.
7 on 10 for Shami, and the back of the length ball that he bowls does trouble a few batsmen. And then Meredith, again, you mentioned Jai Richardson. He was better economically as well today. Bowled better. Your thoughts on his performance?
I think that, like I said, I think both of them are doing very well. It's just a matter of settling in and getting a little bit more experience on these Indian pitches. I think both of them have a good future. Both of them picked for big money, so that price tag is obviously worrying. But I think they both will do well. I think even today, I think Meredith learned very quickly, and he had a very, I think, 5 or something economy today. Of course, it was low scoring game, but his economy was good. So 6 on 10 for him as well.
6 on 10. And they do have backup in Jordan. I think that if these guys don't perform in the future, he can always be given a try. He has the experience. I think on these pitches, he will be effective, but he's been expensive in the IPL. So I think that's why they're giving him a break for now. But yeah, that wraps up Punjab's ratings. You can ask.
Arshdeep.
Oh, yeah, sorry, Arshdeep. Yeah. Arshdeep. He was really good. He was really good in the first game. Again today, opening bowling, he bowled pretty well.
Yeah, I think another wicket for 7 runs in 2 or 3 overs. I think it was, and very decent.
3.5 economy.
Yeah, very decent again. So 7 on 10 for him as well. I think he's a find for this Punjab side, who's probably put a lot of money into some very big bowlers and stuff like that. 14 crores for Jai, for 8.5 for Meredith, and this poor guy who's bought only 20-30 lakhs home or something is probably the pick of the bowlers. But that's how it is sometimes. And another good performance, 7 on 10.
Yeah, it was very difficult to hit him, and yes, 7 on 10. You could give him more if they won, but yeah, you can't blame him for his performance. Yeah, that wraps up Punjab's ratings. You can ask me CSK, Chennai Super Kings.
Yeah, Gaikwad looked a little bit out of sorts today.
2 out of 10, man. You can't consume like 16 deliveries and make only 5 runs. His strike rate was 31.25. It's one of the slowest innings I've seen in my life in the IPL.
Rahul Dravid has done it in 2011, and Jason Roy has done it for Delhi in 2000.
You're listening to the commentary a lot, huh? I heard that as well. I didn't know exactly what their stats were. I heard that as well. But this is one of the, like, from what I can remember, this was too slow, man. You can't do that. Like, just get out if you're going to consume that many balls, because it puts pressure. It's a low scoring chase. It becomes tricky. At least rotate the strike. I think that's what he should have done. But nothing against the guy. I think this should still back him. I don't mind him in the team because he's shown that he has the capability. Try him for a few more games. I'm just being critical in this game. That's why 2 out of 10.
Fair enough. Faf du Plessis.
Look, his strike rate is a bit slower today, but he stayed there till the end. He was not out. So you can't really blame him for that. I'm going to give him a 7 on 10. I just think like he can be more fluid, but he won the game for them in the end. So you can't really criticize him too much. So 7 on 10.
I think that's what matters at the end of the day. Man of the match for me, Moin Ali.
Oh, brilliant, man. I'm going to give him 9 out of 10.
Oh, actually, sorry, Deepak Chahar is man of the match. Of course, he was impacted.
Yeah, Deepak was amazing, but Moin Ali, I'm going to give him 9 on 10. I think with the ball, he picked up a wicket. He bowled a good line in length. It was difficult to hit him. It worked well with Dhoni, and then with the bat, he was so fluid on this pitch. Like, to bat like that, I think he was the best batsman on show today. And I mean, all due respect to Shah Rukh Khan, he was amazing as well. But I think Moin Ali, the fluency in which he was batting with, the timing, the way he was finding the gaps, his placement, impeccable. And I think 9 on 10 was an excellent performance, and I had him vice captain in my fantasy team, so I'm happy with his performance.
Me as well.
Nice one, man. Nice one. I'm thinking like you these days, man. I wanted to captain him, but then I didn't want to miss out on Rahul points, but unfortunately he got run out.
Yeah, I actually captained Sam Curran. I expected him to swing it around a little bit after seeing yesterday's innings, but unfortunately just the wicket over there. But moving on, Suresh Raina looking a little bit dodgy against the shorter one.
That short ball is an issue, man. Like, I don't know. He'll have to work on it. I think the pitches will get slower, so he will probably improve on that. And I'm sure like he has to find a way. He will find a way. But right now it does look like an issue. I have to give him a 3 out of 10. I think that he needs to finish off games when he's in that position. Just leave it. You have so many deliveries. Leave it, and then you'll get one full ball, dispatch it, or you'll get a wide or one for the over and things. So I think he should have been a bit more patient with that. And and also it's a 2-paced wicket, so that's why maybe it's a bit more difficult. But yeah, I'm going to give him 3 on 10 for Suresh Raina.
Yeah, moving on, Raidu, who I think had a hot cup of tea waiting for him, so he just picked it out, saw the wicket go, so he went in and came back very quickly.
I should rate him with the score he got, but I'm just going to give him 2, man. 2 out of 10. Like, 0. I don't know what he was thinking. It was a ridiculous shot. It's okay, but in these situations, you have to finish it. You're a professional cricketer, and I think just a few runs left. You can't play a shot like that. So 2 out of 10.
Very, very poor from him. Sam Curran.
Sam Curran, I think he bowled wonderfully with the bat. Like, I'm not going to rate him. He didn't do much, but he finished it off. So I'll give him maybe a half a point for that. But I think his bowling was really good. He was economical. He picked up a wicket, and he hit his lines and lengths good. And this kind of pitch, it does help him. And he's becoming that Albi Morkel player, man. I keep mentioning. So I'm going to give him 8 on 10. I think it was a good performance by Sam Curran.
Surely the happier the current brothers at the moment, for sure.
Yeah, for sure, man. He's Tom Curran's not having a good time right now, but Sam Curran is, Tony's boy.
And coming to the master of them all, Mahendra Singh Dhoni.
What do you want me to rate him on? Because his batting is not available.
On his incredible captaincy.
Yeah, captaincy, I'll probably give it 8 on 10. I think he was really good. He got everything right. I'm minusing 2 because he didn't send himself to come finish the game. I think he should have done that no matter what. I understand that it's good to give other people a confidence, Sam Curran and everything, but I just feel, Dhoni should get his own confidence back, because if he performs as a batsman, it'll do him and his whole team a world of good. But captaincy, I think is wonderful. He rotated his bowlers really well. He read the conditions like this, and he had that's where the game was won. He read the conditions before KL Rahul, and that was the difference in the game between the two captains. And he's an experienced guy, man. You can't really doubt that. And also DRS calls. I think there was one call straight away. The bowler went to go for it. He said, "Relax, it's not out." So that's irreplaceable. So I'm going to give him 8 on 10 for his captaincy. He didn't bat, so I can't rate him on that.
And then the gun fielder, man, Jaddu.
Extra point for that run out, because KL Rahul has a habit of scoring 80s, 90s in these kind of games. And I think it was a huge wicket. Even on a tough wicket, I think Rahul could have scored 50, 60. So run out was amazing. His presence of mind was brilliant. Then the catch of Gale. It's these wickets. Look at who, the fielding contribution against these kind of players. So I have to give him that. With the ball as well. Very economical. I think he has a tendency to get hit in this format, but I think he bowled well, good lines and lengths. He varied it also pretty well. So I'm going to give him 9 on 10 extra point for his fielding.
Absolutely, I agree. And the most expensive of the Chennai bowlers, Shardul Thakur.
Yeah, man, he was disappointing. I have it in my team. I expected more from him. I think this was his sort of pitch, knuckleballs, cutters. I thought he would have done much better, but unfortunately was expensive today, was the weakest link, but he will come back. He plays for India. The thing is, he always is expensive, but I expected wickets from him, and that's something he'll have to work on. And I think he will. He learned from this, and he's got that Indian badge as well, so he can learn from that experience. And I think he'll come back. But today was a poor game, so I'm going to give him 5 on 10.
Yeah, and then this Chennai side just keeps having batsman after batsman. DJ Bravo, man. Can you imagine DJ Bravo and Shardul at 9 and 10 is unreal.
Man, DJ Bravo, like this, he's becoming him and Russell are just death bowlers. They're in the team for death bowling, and it's very difficult. You can just look at his figures. What is it? 2 overs, 10 runs, 1 wicket. You're like, yeah, nice day, bro. He came in the slog overs, difficult time. And this is not even last game against Delhi. He picked up a wicket. He came in a difficult time. At this time, okay, he was bowling to a tail enders, but still, we've seen people get hit in the death overs. So to keep us calm there, even against Shah Rukh Khan and stuff, he bowled really well, I think, and his cutters are brilliant. This is Bravo's paradise, these kind of pitches. I think this is where he excels. And I'll give him 7 on 10. He didn't bat, man, so I'll give him 7 on 10 because he did bowl to tail enders, but still he did the job.
Yeah, and then the most impactful player of the game, man. I think I know the score for this one. Deepak Chahar.
10 on 10, man. It was a brilliant performance. I think he broke the back of Punjab. That delivery to Agarwal set the tone, and from there he was just unbelievable. And the thing is, he's getting the ball to swing, which he didn't in the first game. That was one plus point. Then he didn't get too carried away with the swing. He started varying his pace. He bowled the slower deliveries as well. He changed it up. It wasn't just that test match swing, just utilizing the new ball. He kept thinking. It was an excellent bowling performance. And man, credit to Dhoni. I think Dhoni brings the best out of Deepak Chahar, and he knows exactly where to use him, when to use him, and what fields to set for him. I think that the field they set to Gale was brilliant as well, and all credit to him. He looks like his old self now. A poor game in the first game, but he's come back, and his overs in the power play will be crucial for Chennai to win games. They won the game in the power play today, so if he can continue like that, it will do Chennai a world of good. So 10 on 10 for me for Deepak Chahar, man of the match.
I think I agree with you. And it's what is interesting is that both the Chahar brothers have gotten the 10 on 10 scores from us as of right now.
Wow.
There'll probably be more. But I gave Rahul Chahar a 10 and you gave Deepak Chahar a 10.
Yeah, both picking up 4 wickets and changing the game. So that's amazing. Yeah, that's a good stat to know. But
it's the down the track stat.
Down the track stat, yeah. We're not related to the Chahar brothers, just to let everyone know we're not related. It's just they're doing well. They're doing well. It's good to see them doing well. We're used to the Pandya brothers. Now it's the Chahar brothers doing well. It's good to see.
Yeah, for sure. I think that wraps it up.
Yeah, man.
Any final thoughts? Tomorrow's game. What about it?
I'm no comments until the match is finished because I've got it wrong. But yeah, if you really want to know, I think it's going to be a death overs game. Mumbai is lethal in the death with the bat and ball. So that's where I think the game will be won or lost. Bhuvneshwar Kumar needs to bowl better in the death overs. Rashid Khan, I think he's key again. And for Sunrisers, they're batting. Let's see what the middle order does, how Manish Pandey approaches it. Warner looks in good form, so there's there. And Mumbai, I think the way they bat as well, I think that will be also key because their batsmen haven't adjusted to the pitch yet, but they're quality batsmen. Surya Kumar, I think he's going to be dangerous going into tomorrow.
Yeah, I hope another collapse from them would be nice for us at least, hopefully.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. Two collapses in a row is already too much for Mumbai. So I just hope that tomorrow is not the day they decide to spank it out of the park. Hopefully.
Yeah. Hopefully we get a good game and a good result for us, man.
Looking forward to it, hopefully. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining me, man. Take care.
As always, take care.